So I'm running on a single screen, so things are going to be a little different here. Alrighty, so we are back on the Mana Symbol channel. Going to play a little bit of this new type of Tron deck. I picked a list that did well in a semi-recent event. I liked a lot of the choices here. So we are playing a Tron deck. We got Urza's Towers, Power Plants, Mines. These are all going along with some new MH3 cards. We got Ugin's Labyrinth. So when it enters the battlefield, you may exile a colorless card with mana value 7 or greater from your hand. So if you tap it with said card exiled, it taps for 2 mana. Otherwise, it taps for 1, but it also has the ability to return that card to you later. So the card disadvantage is nullified if you eventually get to the point where you can get that back and cast it. To that end, a lot of these decks play about 10, maybe 12 cards that could imprint on the Ugin's Labyrinth. Importantly, you don't actually have to do it on turn 1. One of the big Eldrazi that's a huge addition to this archetype is Devourer of Destiny. It's not the most powerful card, so 5 CC, or 5 colorless wingding for an Eldrazi 6/6. When you cast the spell, exile target permanent that's 1 or more colors. However, it also has this incredible ability. You may reveal this card from your opening hand. If you do, at the beginning of your first upkeep, look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may put one of those back on top and exile the rest. You can also choose to put none of them back and just exile all 4. So this allows you to have, first of all, a really powerful opening draw. Like if you need to complete your Tron, you can look for the last land or an expedition map. And additionally, you can reveal this and then on the first turn play the Ugin's Labyrinth and imprint it. So it just kind of really happily threads the needle on a couple of things that you want to do. This list includes 1 copy of Worldbreaker, an old classic. We also have some Nulldrifters, a 7 mana 4/4 Annihilator, 1 flying. When you cast it, draw 2 cards. It also has Evoke for 2 and a blue. To that end, we've got 2 Talismans of Creativity. They can tap for blue. Actually, I think these are supposed to be Talismans of Curiosity. So let me make, yeah, because we also have green cards. So that was something that I goofed when I was switching the edition, because I really like the old frame on the artifacts. We're also playing Chalice of the Voids. We're also playing classic cards like Thought-Knot Seer. Interestingly, because of the extra acceleration these decks now have in the very earliest stages of the games, they're able to play 2 or 3 copies, or 4, in this case 2 copies, sometimes as much as 4 copies of Trinisphere. So sometimes on turn 2, you can basically lock your opponent out of casting spells for the majority of the game, and then just go nuts. We're also playing, of course, the standard powerhouse Karn the Great Creator. This version's only playing 3 copies, it seems like. And unless I made some mistakes with inputting it, let's see. Just double checking with the deck list. No, it should have 4. So I made a mistake somewhere, or things got shuffled around. Is there a Karn hiding somewhere? Because my deck says it's 60 cards. Well, I guess I'll play 61 for now. And something, something's gone amiss somewhere, but I'm not too concerned about it. There we go. Let's see if I can figure out what this is really quickly. 1, 1, 2, 4, 4. Yes. 3, all is dust. Yes. Alrighty. 3 1 rings in the main deck. Yes. 3 1 rings, 1 Trinisphere, 2 Talisman, 4 4. Okay. So it's probably the lands. No. 23, 4. Huh. 23 lands is correct. Well, I can't figure it out for now, but oh, the deck is 61 cards. That's why. Okay, perfect. So that confusion out of the way, let's hop into the league here. We've got more to talk about as we go. I was testing this before, but we'll start a fresh league for the YouTube video. 61 cards is kind of wild. Not really. It happens more often than you'd think. And this was top 8 in a fairly large event. I want to say 400 and something players. I got it off of MTG Top 8. So for those who usually only use the places that pick up deck lists that are released by Daybreak, and that's all been broken for now. There is another website, mtgtop8.com, and they've been able to pull lists from paper events. So we go modern, and I think it was this guy, 5K open, 516 players, and this was the 8th place, highest ranked Eldrazi Tron list. And these are just generally a type of deck that I enjoy playing. This is a perfect opening hand for us. We're going to keep this. We're going to reveal our Devourer of Destiny. Hopefully it finds us something very powerful on the first turn, but we've got a good hand otherwise with some good redundancy. We'll see what we're up against. There are some super aggro decks in the meta right now, so... I did have to build my interface from scratch today down here, as I'm not streaming on my usual computer. So if anyone notices anything amiss, let me know and I can attempt to fix it. Green, white. Okay, looks like we're gonna... Oh, okay, some kind of Nadu deck. It's fine. So that's a power plant, which completes my Tron. But I also have Expedition Map. So I wonder if I should just grab this Chalice or Kozilek's Command instead. Probably best to just, keep it simple, stupid. Although, as I'm thinking about it, it's like, well, what's my actual curve with this hand? I do want to hit Tron on 3, and then I have the option of playing Devourer of Destiny or Karn or TKS. I mean, probably we just grab this Urza's Power Plant. How's it going, Shocker Nation? Hope you are having a good day out there, wherever you are in the wonderful world of Twitch. Off the top of their head, for anyone who has been playing the format, I'm not sure what is the correct thing to grab with Karn against Nadu. Obviously, Karn turns off their Shukos. Disruptor Flute stops them from casting, or it makes Nadu a lot more expensive, but doesn't actually affect its abilities. Flute Outriders, right. So they're playing it's like a core card with a 0 activation thing. Yeah, that makes sense. Springheart and Tuco, sure. There's also a good chance that we just like grab an O stone for the next turn, or we have options. Didn't free equip their Shuko. Disappointed. So if they can cast Nadu here, they can draw 4 cards, which is pretty good. Oh no, 6, 7, 8. Wow. Pretty good. I think this is how that works. Yeah, 8. All right, enjoy, opponent. It's all you. Wait, what? Hold on, is there a line on this Hold on. There's a line on this card I didn't realize. If it's a land card, put it on the battlefield. Aha. Okay. Cool. Did not realize this card had that line. So this is not draw a card. This is better. I see. Okay. Okay, we're very dead here. Yeah, I had no idea. I haven't actually seen any of this play out at any point. I've been completely disconnected from the game for the last little while, so I heard Nadu was a big deal, but I didn't realize it wasn't draw a card. The combo was explained to me, but I somehow I missed the step that actually puts lands into play. But we do have in the sideboard some null elemental blasts, so those should be a little bit helpful. Did my opponent fail to combo off? Seems that they did. I don't know how much it's going to matter, but, you know. This is certainly not lethal. I don't know why they didn't do literally everything that they could before combat, because landfall is making their creature hit harder. Maybe they're new to playing the deck, I guess. Yeah, it is messed up that the land doesn't even enter the battlefield tap. That's incredibly strange. And if they have counter magic now, they can even do it, and they like put 6 lands into play already. My opponent said this is really not a deck for MTGO. Yeah, no kidding. I'm going to get Boseiju here, I assume. Even if I don't think there's anything I can actually do about this, but... No, and all this stuff is too expensive. Oh, this list... Yeah, okay, it does have the Yo Stone. All right, let's just go game 2. Okay, so Chalice is not the greatest card here. It's not awful, but it's not going to deal with any of the most important stuff. So let's take out some Chalices for null elemental blasts. Well, maybe we can keep the Chalices because Ulamog definitely seems a touch slow, and then World Breaker's probably not great. Although I don't want to cut too many of the things that imprint on Labyrinth. Oh, we'll check the Gemstone Caverns. All right. No, Disruptor Flute is for the 4 Karns to grab. So I'd rather have 4 copies in my deck than 1. Okay. Well, this is like half a good hand. Here we go. Turn 1 Chalice, turn 2 Trinisphere. This is what we're talking about. So probably going to toss the... it's the Kozilek's command or the Karn. I think it's got to be the Kozilek's command. We need all his dust to imprint on the Ugin's Labyrinth. I'm tempted to keep the Kozilek's command because it's actually a removal spell in case our other stuff doesn't work out the way we're expecting it to. And we have enough payoffs that like we'll find something else other than Karn by the time we need it. On the flip side, Karn does really help block out this game with the start that we have. So we'll see what happens here. Opponent also on a mull to 6. So one thing you want to be careful of, and you actually don't need to be... Oh, shoot. You don't... Okay, we're good. You don't need to be careful about it on Magic Online. If you just hold W and use your Ugin's Labyrinth, it's going to work the way you want it to. If you click on the Ugin's Labyrinth, you can very easily accidentally hit the second button, which I have done, of course, which will put your 7-drop or higher back into your hand for no gain. So essentially, you end up having a tapped, colorless land on turn 1 that didn't do anything for you. Cool. Perfect. That's what we're talking about. All right. So no free spells allowed. For those who have not met my good friend Trinisphere, it requires that all spells must cost at least 3 mana, including free spells. So they can pitch cast, say a Force of Negation or what have you. The problem is that even after they've done that, they still have to pay 3. So it feels like we're in really great shape here to go to game 3 without ever actually having played much Magic. Just kind of 2 ships passing in the night. The first game, they hammered me on the play. The second game, I am hammering them on the play. Oh, they have a Boseiju. The question here is what are they Boseijuing? Ugin's Labyrinth. I suppose that makes sense. So let's get my card back. Okay, then they destroy my land. Get a new land. Thank goodness I have one. Because I only have one. And we drew a card to play. Not a great card to play, but a card nonetheless. This does mean I get to play Karn next turn, so it's good. So I suppose the greatest danger here is that they can actually play a Nadu this turn, to which I will respond with a Karn, which will stop them from being able to equip the Shuko on the turn after. Oh, they're just going to make a construct, huh? Okay. So I suppose I play Karn. And then I put my Talisman of Curiosity on defense for him, because they are going to make some constructs here. And I will have the ability to then grab my Not a Ratchet Bomb, which is the Filigree Silex, I believe it's called. It's been a minute. Let's see. Filigree Silex, yeah. Or if they don't put a Nadu into play, I could just Stonebrain their Nadus, and then we'll see. Although, the hiss you learned about Boomer Ratchet Bomb recently. You mean Ratchet Bomb? Are we calling Ratchet Bomb Boomer Ratchet Bomb? If so, as a boomer, there's an older one that hits artifact lands. What are you talking about? I'm excited. What? Because Ratchet Bomb hits all types. Oh, Powder Keg. Yeah, Powder Keg doesn't hit every type, though. It doesn't hit enchantments, right? Pretty sure Powder Keg doesn't hit enchantments, which is a big deal. Right? Okay, so the question is, am I blocking? Yeah, Powder Keg also doesn't hit Planeswalkers, so I don't think it's a fair comparison to call it Boomer Ratchet Bomb. But yes, I'm aware of Powder Keg. Do I need to block for my Karn here? Because if I get the Haywire Might's not going to go anywhere here. I think I have to block. Kind of sucks. But I think I do. Oop. Block. It's good for destroying artifact lands and constructs and legacy. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, in Modern you have to use things like I can't remember the name of it. Well, that's a little unfortunate. Oh, this is going to remove my Chalice, though. That's not so bad, because then I get to use my map. So I'm going to do that. We might as well do it now. Because I have a Trinisphere, so I don't... Oh, whoops. Right. I have a Trinisphere, so I don't really mind that they can now cast 1-drops. What if we just top deck the Tron land? Could we just do that? I mean, that would be cool. So now I just don't need to play this map at all. So the question is, what is the best play? It's Brainstone or Stonebrain them, right? And just take out their Nadus. And then I can't imagine feeling like I'm going to be in much trouble from that point. It does mean I lose my Karn, which I'm not a huge fan of. My other option is like play map and put map into block, which I don't hate. But that doesn't really solve the problem that I am facing here. I do have a Walking Ballista, do I not? I do not. Okay. How screwed are they without Nadu? Fairly? I'm going to assume fairly, and we're going to go for that. Let's de-wing their wisdom here. Oh, well, that Chalice on one was doing good work, but that's okay. Oh, they're also a one-ring deck. Huh. I don't know why I didn't expect that. I suppose I should have. Oh. Whoa. Yeah, I've read this card before, but I've never actually played against it. So in classic Zach fashion, I have no idea what's happening. But it seems bad. All right, so I assume that this is incredibly dangerous for me to be against the Haywire Might, Springheart, and Nantuko combo. I do have an All's Dust, but the Haywire Mites are colorless, so this feels like a situation. And unfortunately, I didn't have... Fortunately, I didn't have the... Oh, no. Okay, good. Ay. Basically, I just have to find mana on my next Karn, it feels like. Oh, man, hopefully they don't have a land drop this turn. That would be great. I would be a big fan of them not having a land drop. And then also I need to peel a land. Nope, they have a land. This is incredibly bad news, I think. Yeah. Oh, that's huge. Okay. Is it huge? It's not that good. It doesn't... I mean, it doesn't get rid of these two Haywire Mites. But I suppose I should do it before it gets worse. I'm just going to need to find a Karn as soon as possible. Yeah, getting rid of my Trinisphere. Yep. But I've severely limited the beatdown. Let's see if they draw anything that's exciting for them. They did do... Oh boy. This is going sideways quick. All right, well, I've got a One Ring and they don't have any mana, so that's something. Don't know why they're drawing on my upkeep. I don't think it does anything particularly good. Okay, that's huge. Okay. So maybe this gets rid of their Haywire Might. We'll see how they respond. They have a forested play. Maybe they don't have a second. Maybe they just have an island. That'd be great. That'd be ideal. They do, in fact, have a second forest. That's tilting. No, come on. Don't be... Damn it. Okay. Seemed for like a half a second like they were maybe F6'd or what have you. So I draw no cards here, and they have a One Ring. Basically, I have 1 or 2 turns to top deck a Karn, and otherwise I think I'm toast here. They are going to be able to kill me fairly quickly from this point, I assume, with access to almost infinite resources. They're making a construct in their main phase? Oh, I see. Okay. And they're going to make 2 copies. Goodness gracious. So I was correct. They will be able to kill me fairly quickly from here. So I need to draw a One Ring or a Karn or... I mean, I suppose there's like some kind of Eldrazi I could draw. Not TKS, obviously. That ain't it. All right. We're going to move on from this match. Obviously, my opponent got incredibly lucky in game 1, but game 2, now that was very impressive that they were able to claw their way back. They did have some pretty lucky draws in the early game to be able to just kind of chafe me in a way I wasn't expecting. There's a reason that Nadu deck tore up the Pro Tour. Didn't draw any Kozilek's commands in the early game. I kept the Karn in the opening hand over the Kozilek's command, and I'm not really sure how, if I was supposed to do that or not. But I'm pretty sure I did it right, and they just had the right kind of draw that was really frustrating for mine. All right, this is a pretty ideal draw. Let's keep this. I think I'm throwing the Thought-Knot Seer. No, I'm going to toss the All Is Dust. And the reason is because of my turn 2 Chalice is going to lock out a lot of the earliest, or a lot of early danger, I hope. And then TKS is going to go after their hand. So We can kind of control the game that way. We'll see. I do like the look of this deck a lot, but as we saw there, the Nadu deck is just ridiculous and certainly difficult to beat. What if Haywire Might would have been better to get over Stonebrain, block and keep the Karn? Yeah, that's a really interesting question, Jean. Not 100% sure. Okay, the mono black deck doesn't actually have a lot of 1-drops that I want to block here. So we're just going to go to the next turn and set up a Tron. Yeah, the thing is Stonebrain didn't affect the battlefield at all. And I was not expecting Springheart, Nantuko, Haywire Might to be as powerful as it was. But of course, again, this is something I've said a million times on the stream and about myself as a Magic player. This is why I have to put in reps. I'm not a person who, I don't learn that much from watching other people stream. I mean, I do learn a little bit, but for me, I got to touch the stove myself. I gotta put myself in the situation, play the games, and make the mistakes. Suppression Field. Okay. Opponent's doing shenanigans, I hear. Gotcha. Okay, well. Well, that could be a great draw. Let's see. Damn. Because we just take the Vindicate here. If they draw another one, I could actually be in trouble. But it is nice to know that I definitely don't need to Chalice. I think I'm definitely going to EOT Kozilek's command for 1, put a Eldrazi spawn into play, and then also draw a card and scry 1. And if that sets up Ulamog, it's probably game over. There's a lot of draws that will do that, so let's see. Kozilek's command is very impressive. That won't do it. That also won't do it. But we can get rid of the suppression field, which I guess I'll be doing. I mean, I could play a Chalice on 2, but I just don't seem super strong here. Yeah. Get out of here. Could attack for 0. I choose not. Four mana. Oh, Dam in Wrath mode. Okay, that's a little frustrating, but yeah, makes sense. Okay, that'll do. Okay. Let's throw down a Trinisphere. I don't really feel like chalicing on 1. Chalice on 0 definitely doesn't seem appealing. Sheoldred. Okay. Unexpected and definitely strong. Okay, so we got an out for the Sheoldred. I'm just going to take the hit on these one-ring draws to see if I can hit lands and just cast Ulamog here. Didn't hit the lands I needed for it, but that's okay. I'm not that worried about my life total in this matchup. So let's go ahead and go target player scries X, exile target creature with mana value X or less. And I'm going to float 1 because depending on what I draw. Yeah, okay. Okay, bottom, top. We'll keep 2 cards on top. Oh, okay. Sheoldred still triggering there, I suppose. We'll play a Chalice on 1 because I know what my next couple draws are. And I need to pay 3 for it, which is fine. Black. Bowmasters, sure. Definitely a situation where I wish I had a walking ballista in my sideboard. That's happened a couple times in this league already. I think so. I need a little bit more mana, and I'm wondering if what I should do this turn is play like Chalice on 2 and a second One Ring, and then I have protection, can draw 3 cards, and then obviously I don't need to play the Chalice on 2, but just blocking extra Bowmasters would be good. Let's play the second One Ring. Keep the old one. Trigger. Then we go to draw. Bowmasters won't be able to target me. Okay, there's a land. Play the Eldrazi Temple, cast Devourer of Destiny, exile the Bowmasters. Because the Orc Army token doesn't matter. because I have ring protection on my next turn. Although I suppose to that end, then I don't actually need to get rid of the Bowmasters now because I'm not planning on drawing extra cards right now. So maybe playing the Chalice is better. Yeah, I think that it is. Is there anything else I can play on top of the Chalice? No. That's probably fine. This means once I get rid of the Bowmasters, no more Bowmasters this game. Unless they vindicate one of my Chalices, I suppose. Opponent doing a whole lot of nothing here. Going to 5. Okay, that's a good draw. 1, 2, so 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 mana. I think I'm playing TKS and Devourer of Destiny. The question is in what order. I think TKS first to get rid of the Solitude in their hand. Actually, probably the right way to play this game is to play the TKS this turn, play Karn, play a new One Ring. Yeah, and that just guarantees that I'm not going to die this turn. Guarantees, quote unquote. My opponent said BRB. This is not... Okay. Well, hopefully everyone out there in the Twitch universe is having a good day. It's a little chilly here in Argentina, but for those who don't realize it from the northern hemisphere, it's actually winter. So, but we did travel to some places already that have some great climates, so that's pretty great. We went to see one of the wonderful natural wonders of the entire planet, the Iguazu Falls. 96? Where are you at, Bobby B? That sound like Texas. I don't actually know, but you know, I kind of know. Chile and Argentina. Ha 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 ha. That's fantastic. We have been watching the Copa Americana, which it's been fantastic because I've never actually watched. It's 96 in DC. Jesus. I've never actually watched a full soccer match before. Now I've watched four. Four of them, I've now watched five. Four of them Argentinian and two Canadian, because Canada and Argentina already played once, and they'll be playing again in the next round in the semifinals, which is crazy. Made it to 94 in North Carolina. Wow. That is not cold. U.S. got scrubbed this tournament. Yeah, there was a joke about the U.S., Mexico, and Canada being like the North American, like, I don't know, Powerpuff Girls or Justice League or whatever, and somehow Canada was the one that came out on top. Oh, my. I have visited with Mord. I did see my lovely lad, and he is just as wonderful of a soul as I thought he would be. There should be a picture on my Twitter of it, I think. But I definitely linked it in my I definitely linked it in the Faithless Brewing Discord. It is cold here, Carrie and Lich. I was just talking about that. Talking about weather in general. As a very exciting, very modern Twitch streamer would do, I was talking about the weather. They pitch cast a Solitude rather than just casting it? Why? Did they think they couldn't cast it? I don't know. Hopefully they did not draw a Vindicate. That's the only thing I'm sitting here hoping for. Okay. Okay, there we go. Good, good. Okay, let's clean this game up, shall we? Actually, just that and one of their lands. So they can't cast a Bowmasters right now. It's safe to activate my One Ring. Unfortunately, I didn't draw any lands or anything I can use here, but that's okay. If they want to Solitude my Ulamog, that's just fine. Next turn, I'll probably Chalice on 3. Not a great choice. My opponent made some interesting choices in that game. I don't think I want a sideboard. Null Elemental Blast can counter their Vindicates, and I certainly don't need this many Chalices. Although 3 seems okay. World Breaker is probably fine. Trinisphere is not insane because they're playing enough lands. Oh, I have a fancy account, Carrion Lich. But I was as surprised as anyone that I got it. And I applied when I was on the boat on my last contract. It was insane. I was very lucky. Very, very lucky. I mean, for so many reasons, I'm very lucky to have Emmy Mord as a friend. And one of them was that he pinged our Google chat group and was like, hey, they're opening up the content creator application process. And that I just filled out the thing. And I don't like that you don't get event prizes that you can trade. I completely understand it. I don't like it, but I understand it. I mean, they're giving you free money. It's got to be the music videos. That's what I chose to link because they asked in the application, like, hey, link one thing that you think is, like, I don't know, indicative of what you do. And in the actual written part, I wrote about how I do so many things when it comes to Magic. But really, I mean, I've played Arena. I have an Arena account, but I don't play Arena. And so all of my creation has been in and targeted at the many of the formats available on Magic Online. So I don't think I can keep this. It's tempting, if only because I have lands and I'm against a Vindicate deck. Because a lot of what they're doing with this deck is not dangerous to me at all. And I'd rather just have lands because then I could play payoffs. All right, I'm keeping this hand in this matchup. Opponent took a mulligan to 6, takes a mulligan to 5 very quickly. So feeling very strong about my keep here because I do not think that they're going to do anything that's going to try to kill me very quickly. That's going to... Top decking with Tron always wins. I mean, honestly, I don't... Generally speaking, you want to play Tron pretty aggressively. You might 3-ball them out. I mean, they did mull to 5 here, so it's possible. I don't really know what they're doing. They're not playing like normal sewer, right? Because we haven't seen any griefs. Okay. Needle my Karns? This seems like a really loose keep. I wonder if they're going to hit Expedition Map with the idea that it would block me off of Tron. But this is not a good start for them. Yeah, they hit Map. That's really unfortunate for them. They kept a 4-card hand. Exactly. Here's the White Orchid Phantasm. Okay, I do have 1 basic, so it's not a problem yet. There was a thought in my head that maybe I should lead on Eldrazi Temple so that I didn't lose the Natty Tron in hand, but I'm also not super concerned about it. Also drew triple Eldrazi Temple, so that could get this guy going pretty quickly. If they're playing Ephemerate, though, I could be in a lot of trouble right here. They are? Okay, we haven't seen one yet, but that would make sense. And they're playing Vindicates and such, so... Okay, that's fine. Suppression Field is not dangerous. TKS. Okay. Very not a TKS. I think if you register Knights, you have to have the Ephemerates taped to them. I would have to ask Emmy. He would know. Just dropping out a shield right here. A grief. Oh, that was unexpected. Okay. Well, I have mana, and my opponent's on 0 cards in hand, so... Okay, that'll do. I think I'd honestly rather kill the White Orchid Phantasm here than the Grief. Not worried about them flickering Grief. Am worried about them flickering the Phantasm. Love the RKF art on the Phantasm. Richard Kane Ferguson? Oh, yeah. Hell yeah. Absolutely. Stellar. Oh, no. I've been gotten. My Devourer of Destiny has Annihilator 0. Huge fan of that. Chewing on a blue Eldrazi list. I can't get Deep Fiend and Winter Moon out of my head. Curves with that MH3 Flash Eldrazi. Ah. Opponent with 1 card in hand. They found a 5th land. Nothing scary yet. I would love to draw any kind of business. For those worried about me forgetting about Expedition Map, it's not that I forgot about the map. It's that I didn't forget about the Pithing Needle. But Kozilek's Command, great draw here. We can exile the Grief and scry a bunch to draw into some kind of gasoline. They got Assaulted? Okay, that's fine. Gain 6. I think I'm going to let... Is there a lot of hate against this deck now? I assume so. All right, let's go scry and exile. I'm doing this now because I want to put something on top that I want to keep. I guess this could get blown out by them having a White Orchid Phantasm or such. At the same time... I think I'm going to hit multiple good cards. Did I? I did. Okay, good. Let's go bottom, 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 bottom. I'm going to draw the World Breaker and leave the Devourer of Destiny on top. Oh, I don't have... Oh, I do have green. Okay. Yeah. No, let's draw the Devourer of Destiny. If they draw some kind of discard effect, that it is what it is. But World Breaker will end this game fast enough anyway. Yeah, I assume there's a lot of hate against this deck, Mad Cow Chicken, although I haven't seen much. I haven't played it not a lot. This is not a Johnny Nightmares. I'm not playing a Johnny Nightmares board. Whatever the other deck that you sent me was more appealing to my needs. How you doing, my friend? This isn't Scepter Chant? I mean, I'll play Scepter Chant. Just maybe not today. I don't have a terribly long... we'll see. You have a working list for Scepter Chant? I would love to see a link for that. There was a 6/3 list of Jeskai Energy playing 3 Chant, 4 Snapcaster. Yeah, I've definitely seen Orum's Chant in lists. All right, so let's put World Breaker under here. Which is great, because then it hides it from the any discard. And then... I think I'm honestly getting rid of the Dauthi Voidwalker instead of the Grief. It's much more dangerous. Not that I have anything in my hand for them to go after, but... And I'm not actually going to end step the World Breaker into my hand, just in case they did draw an Ephemerate so they could instant speed Grief. Unless they play their last card. Okay, that's a touch unfortunate. No, it's not. I mean, they're going to pop one of my lands, but I don't really care. I have enough. That's not the best choice. What? Oh, got it. I have to pay for Suppression Field. Cute. Suppression Field actually did one whole thing this game. Sure. Oh, I shouldn't have searched because I had cards I didn't want on the bottom of my library. That's all right. I'm not going to worry about that. All right, what are we going after here? The needle? Yeah, I guess so. Put my opponent to 7. Oh, they're blocking. Interesting. This version is not playing any Urza Sagas, which I'm not the hugest fan of, but it does seem to be the case that Urza Saga is not the best card right now. Okay, let's see. What are we working with here? Carrion Lich. Opponent conceded. Scepter Scamp. Oh, it's not blue-white. I see. Yeah, Wrath of Skies is a beast of a card, and I definitely understand that. Wrath of Skies, if you're going to play any kind of control or controlling deck, you need to play it. I've really enjoyed the Jeskai / blue-white Wizards deck. Top decking with Tron definitely wins a lot. Yeah. I mean, I definitely kept that hand based on that concept. Watery Teachings has been super good. Yeah, it's a split card that pitches. It's a land, and it lets you tutor for some of your great one-ofs. Yeah, it definitely seems like it'd be reasonable in this list. This hand is almost good. I don't love tossing this hand. I do think I'm supposed to mulligan this. Opponent kept their 7. Yeah, let's ship this. Let's be aggressive. Okay, this is a keep. Toss the forest and pray for the best. Turn 1 Chalice is just great. Although if I draw the missing Tron piece... Uh-oh. Okay, good. I mean, not... Well, we'll see. So, because black is just very likely to be some kind of scam deck, and maybe they're slow rolling their scam for some reason. In some countries, playing different art towers is legal. So, Mad Cow Chicken, though I somewhat agree with you, I would also put forth the idea that if you're specifically playing the original Antiquities arts in a full cycle, then not only is it not illegal, but it's actually, in fact, the preferred and perhaps intended way to do so. My Tron set is the Antiquities set. Yeah, of course. I mean, you're hanging out in my channel. Obviously, you're a classy, talented, exceptional individual. Oh, I was supposed to play Karn there. Although I kind of want to just end step exile this Sorin and do the scry draw 2. Or scry 2, draw 1. Let's see what's happening here. Exiles Rictus Robber. Huh. Well. Anyway. Oh, maybe I prefer mana? Yeah, it's a modern legal play. No, let's try to hit the Tron. I mean, those are both acceptable cards, sure. I don't really want this Devourer of Destiny. Let's bottom that guy. But TKS seems great. TKS. Pew! Oh my. I will take your one castable spell, yeah. Chalice on 1 looking like a card here. Oh, thank you, Smucciolo. Yeah, my opponent's doing something spicy. I'm just gonna get a liquid metal coating and start taking away all their hope. Yeah. I think we just go submit here. What was that land? It was a Kamigawa legendary land that I don't remember what it does. God's Eye, Gate to the Reiki. Let's see what it does. God's Eye. When God's Eye, Gate to the Reiki is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, create a 1/1 colorless. Okay. Nice. It has Afterlife. I mean, I know the token's not the right color, but... Or is it? I feel like the Afterlife token is white-black. I would keep this with the Devourer, Thought-Knot Seer. Afterlife is a 1/1 flying. That's true. I was just more concerned about the color part, but obviously the flying versus non-flying part matters too. No Thoughtseize, huh? Okay. All right. Well, I guess I'm taking this mine. All right. Let's see if we draw into the Tron. Dunes of the Dead. Okay, so they have a bunch of lands that when sacrificed or when they die, you get stuff. So if I had lead on the temple, I could TKS right now. It's a little unfortunate. That's all right, though. I would love to draw a Chalice on 0 here. I get Kozilek's Command for 1. I think I will. So make some tokens, scry, and draw. Not what I need. Good, definitely good. So I can block the Profane Tutor. I think I want to do that. And let's also TKS. And I could Chalice on one if I want to. Oh my. Okay, well, we figured out what's going on over there. I think we take the Deadly Dispute because I've got the token to sacrifice to Liliana. And then we just go Chalice on 0. Pew. Yeah, it's interesting, Smoochiolo. There's definitely a lot more to this deck, which is why I want to get a lot of reps before the Content Creator Showcase, if I'm going to play this. Don't extort me. Good. They didn't. Followed my advice. Excellent. Do I want a Devourer of Destinies here? Devourer of Destinies here? Probably not. Just play the One Ring. Hiya. If they live to Death Cloud, we die? I don't think that's true at all, but I'll allow you to state it. Okay. They're 2 black off of being able to Death Cloud. They're in huge trouble. Oh, they found black. All right. So they can edict me if they want. They're going for discard. Fair. It's not going to save them, but... So now we devour the Sorin out of the way. They can't target you because of the One Ring. Aha. That's true. But in paper, they would have been able to because I wouldn't have remembered that. Always remember, it's not cheating to be bad. Although if they had gone Swamp Death Cloud for 2 there, it would have been something. Not a lot, but something. Also, for those who haven't noticed, Jacob the Pensword Comiskey is back, and he's got 10 freaking trophies. I was talking to him the other day, and he's mostly playing blue-red piles, which is just amazing. That gets to remember Ring Protection and Chalice and Paper, unplayable. Well, Chalice is not so bad. Chalice I'm good at. Ring Protection, I don't own any copies of the One Ring, so No rep with Death Cloud seems weird. It absolutely does. And the first match, they had like nothing but 1-drops in their hand and Deadly Dispute. Or the first game. Make a big reminder token? Yeah, I would do that, actually. In paper, when I played with Niv Mizzet Perun, I made trigger tokens. Because the stack would get so complicated, it was very helpful for me to be able to go like, okay, draw a card, draw a card, draw a card. Remove the draw, ping, remove the draw, like put the ping on the stack. It just helped stacks from getting gross because as a judge, I remember every time I saw a Niv Mizzet Perun go onto the battlefield, I would just walk away from the table because I didn't want to go crazy with the missed triggers. It was very... I found it very funny. All right, match the 4th. Hey, they're actually a cute bunny. Um, 3D printed. I 3D print a golem statue. I mean, why not? Am I gonna keep this in the dark? They took a mulligan. Sure. I remember desecrated demon being a issue with Miss Trigger. Sure. Hey, De Miguel. I would keep a top deck at Temple. That's the dream. I'm gonna play a map on turn 1 off the Temple and see what happens here. So opponent ended up mulling to 5, but they seem to be on, I assume, Nadu, which could be problematic. Chalice is not a bad draw. Yeah, there it is. Okay. That's fine. We have lots of ways to beat this. I think we played Chalice on 1 year and pray they don't have a lot of ways to target. Because Shuka would be brutal. I do wish I could crack this map. Hopefully we'll just draw a land. I also need to find a All is Dust. Oh, that's horrible. They had the Boseiju. Yup. Oh my god. Unreal. Boseiju is such a tilt. Just, opponent says better lucky than good. I mean, I told them damn right. Better lucky than good? Absolutely. They've got if they have the Encore. Oh, I knew about it, Carrion, but I hadn't played against it until today. And yeah, it's bad. I didn't know Nadu put lands into play. I thought it was just you draw every time they target your creatures up to twice. And I was like, oh, I mean, it's dangerous, but it's not that bad. I played against it a couple times over the last week when I had time to play. No, not the last week. 2 weeks ago I was playing. Yeah, it's Coiling Oracle. 2 weeks ago, I was playing a little bit, and oh, this I just can't do anything here, huh? I guess we're going game 2. I don't think this hand does anywhere near enough, and they've got the Shuko already. Can eat the spirit and pray. No, I'm good. I don't. Yeah, Jeskai, I think, has a pretty okay matchup against it, I think. Yeah, the Wrath of the Skies is great. So I think I'm supposed to take out... I don't know what I'm supposed to take out. On the play, Gemstone Caverns. That's a nice, easy cut. And then... I guess I'll cut a Chalice. Yeah, 20 removal spells and counters definitely seems the right way to go. Well, one of the other decks I have loaded up is... I think I'm going to keep this. Yeah. One of the other decks I have loaded up is like a Grixis. It's like Grixis aggro. It's like the classic like Grixis tempo kind of thing. It's like Ragavans and Dragon's Rage Chandlers and that mess. Ugin's Labyrinth for next turn gives me 4 mana for Eldrazi. Yeah, I think that's what we're going with. Don't understand how they messed up the wording on Nadu so much. It should only target twice. What? Isn't that correct? That is correct, right? That is the way it works, is it not? Or am I totally confused? So we print Ulamog here. We can fetch another Ugin's Labyrinth. Twice overall, not twice per creature. Yeah, I mean, obviously, though, they intended it to be powerful. Otherwise, it wouldn't be so powerful, I guess, is my counterpoint, if that's a counterpoint. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, it's certainly silly and obnoxious. The energy wheel was misworded? How do you figure? I've seen the cart. I just don't know. Let's go Eldrazi Temple here. That's a really good draw. That's a really good draw. Unfortunately. I guess I just play Karn? There's nothing I can get that's like actually helpful at the moment, but I can get something that'll be helpful next turn. But it turns off Shuko, which I guess is pretty good. Oh, but it doesn't work that way, does it, Bunny? It doesn't work that way. It's just written badly, right? We have a flute. We do have a flute. So I guess I'm grabbing that. Okay, this is great because now we get to All Is Dust and just wipe their board. Brain Nadu next turn. I think I'd rather All Is Dust because the Nadu doesn't really bother me right now. The All Is Dust is just going to take their resources so low. They don't have a single blue creature, so they can't flare me. They Teferi minus. Okay, that was a little unusual and unexpected. But whatever. Wall of Roots. Unexpected. Okay. This is pretty much ideal, right? Because we devour their Springheart and Tuco. And then I have null Elemental Blast to beat a Nadu. Here's my 6/6. There are many like it, but this one is mine. This is not a good sign. Nadu, the Winged Wisdom? Oh no. Pew. Meow. Talk at them with our lasgun. Meow. Okay, so now I can Stone Brain the Nadus. Kind of makes my Disruptor Flute pointless, but I guess not really. I have 6 mana. I could just like grab a 1-ring and play the Disruptor Flute on Nadu. Makes Nadu cost 6, which they can pay, but then they won't be able to do anything else. Shame we can't tighten them. I know. It's like not quite close enough. Oh, I mean, I lost Stone Braining Nadu before, but maybe not this time. Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna take out their Nadus. I'm not as excited about it as I wish I was. Okay. Are they not on Saga? No, they are. Oh, they're not on the 1-ring. Okay. I don't have any artifacts in play. I guess we'll just play this Talisman of Curiosity. That's right. Pay for your Summoner's Pact. Oh my. No, my Ulamog. So do I want a Disruptor Flute Force of Vigor? This is the one card in their hand. I don't really think I care about much else in their deck. It's not a bad draw. Don't hate this. Get rid of their extra draw. Oh, actually, I can get rid of the Spring Heart Knight too. Okay, they're off it. I'll take it. Okay, definitely need the Gemstone Cavern on the draw. Let's go down another Chalice, I guess. I have the Gemstone Caverns and a Devourer of Destiny. I mean, I feel like I'm supposed to keep this and just mise into something ridiculous. So let's do it. Yeah, we're keeping this. Come on, like, come on. More tengo huevos. Tengo huevos. Dale, Boca. No soy un beludo, un pelotudo. Oh boy. This is none of the things that I wanted, and I think I'm supposed to just put none of these on top. I could be a coward and put the map on top, but I think that's quitter talk. That's unfortunate. Want Talisman? I mean, probably. I don't know. We gotta draw a land here, right? It's gotta work. It's gotta happen. Blam. Okay. Yeah. Oh, it's not your responsibility to be on time, Rima Yasin. So don't you worry about it. Let's just rip the tower, huh? Wouldn't that be good? Tower. Okay. Good enough. No, we could play the Karn, which means the Shuko doesn't get to work. So we play in plus Karn here, and then we'll see where we go from there. I mean, that's really, I think, the only play. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. It's definitely not great. Okay. That's terribly, terribly unfortunate. And I think we just lost. I think they just drew their one of Outrider on core. I mean, or they had it in their hand before. They just had the nuts. Okay. Depending on what happens here, it's possible we win this. Because I could draw the tower and then all is dust. See how much they actually have here. Oh, they have a cord. I can't imagine I am okay. So De Miguel, I'm not certain, but I'm. That's something I need to check on. It's definitely not the most fun I've ever had. And then they have a land drop. Oh, no, they missed. Okay. I'm off it. I just don't care. I don't want to go through this. So, unfortunately, we lose that one. So, our only 2 losses are to Nadu, and the other 2 were 2-0 wins. So, feeling reasonably good here. You got a hot energy token coming? That's awesome. I don't know. Can anyone remember? I mean, Hogak took a while to go. I guess I'm keeping this. It's not bad. No, on the play we can do better, right? Although Chalice against the Giganta deck seems good. But if they're Ruby Storm, it's not great, unless I Chalice on 2. What are we doing here? I think I can do better. It's just so tempting to keep against a Giganta deck, but I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it. Let's. I should go bigger. I should go bigger here, but Storm of Prowess. Yeah, that's why I want to keep it. The problem is Storm actually is mostly on 2. Chalice on 1 doesn't do much. Had I had a 7 drop in this hand, it would be a little bit different, but opponent did take him all to 6 though, so that's not the worst. Bloodstained Mire, nothing. Okay. Yeah, I mean, the thing Ocean Infinity is it's supposed to be about, like, I don't know, consumer confidence, I believe, is like the kind of terminology. They don't want people to feel like they buy into something that gets banned in a timing that, I mean, you know what I mean, right? I think you see what I'm going after here. It is frustrating. But like both systems have flaws. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely Nadu definitely feels like a real miss in terms of like how was this seen to be balanced. But all right, so this Chalice on 2 is about to be pretty devastating, I think. So I'm loving that for me. They do have outs to it. They have Wish, but it does take a bit of mana. I brought Nadas at pre-sale. My set is already worth 1/4 of what I paid. Well, that's only because people are sure it's going to be banned, right? Well, it's weird, Ocean Infinity, because Modern Horizons 2 was, in my opinion, Modern Horizons 2 was an incredible success. I mean, I understand like the problem with it is that it like was forced rotation, but if we excusing the concept of forced rotation, Modern Horizons 2 was, I'm pretty sure, just an incredible success. And I'm really not. Hold on. What do I want to do here? Karn? Get liquid metal coating, just take him out of this game? I think so. Oh, I can't play the liquid metal coating. Don't do that, Zach. I guess I'm just grabbing Trinisphere for next turn. Yeah. Yeah, 3-ball. Corner pocket. Lock this game up. Yeah, I mean, the card pool is big, but, like, Nadu wasn't... like, the deck that got built around Nadu should have been pretty easy to figure out because, as someone mentioned, like, Cephalid Breakfast is a deck. So I don't really understand how, like, it was, yeah, it's a very obvious deck. It's not, nobody's surprised about, I don't think anyone's particularly surprised about the Nadu deck. It was solved very quickly. Yeah, Leovold seems like a slam dunk for a card that should be legal in Modern, right? I don't, I really don't understand how they've... Yeah, Simic Mythics have definitely been... Although Nadu's just a rare, right? Yeah, Pernicious Deed would be something. Hold on, I'll be right back. All right. Wrath of Skies is pretty great. You do have to combine it with other energy cards, so that's... Sure, I think this is a keep. It's not great, but it's got a Chalice, so let's go. Opponent on their 7 here. I think in the post-board game, though, I will need to... Chalice on 1 because of Pick Your Poison. I think the thing about Cabal Therapy is just I don't. Is Bluetron Nulldrifter dress down a possible thing? Yes, it is. Falcon, Crow, Hawk, Crow. Although the question is, how would that be better than the existing decks that play Jeskai? I mean, you can do the thing you're talking about. The question is why would that be something that you'd want to do? Ooh, is my opponent going to get the infamous turn 2 kill with Ruby Storm? They're definitely well set up for it. Yeah, the problem with Ocean Infinity is there's only so many times they can do that, right? Like, that's not... The Surveil lands are not something they can repeat. Okay, that's awesome for me. They exile 2 lands with the Reckless Impulse. And they go Gigantha to hand. Great. Awesome. Eldrazi Temple is almost a good draw. Okay. If I had Trinisphere in hand, this game would be in a great spot. I don't, but that's okay. Next turn, I can go Karn for Tormod's Crypt. Hopefully that's relevant in some way. Oh God, they're attacking with their Ral. It's all over, people. Smokestack and Tanglewire. Oh, that's, yeah. I mean, those are cards. Bang, bang. Leave that for Legacy? Yeah, I mean, I don't think they'd be that good in Modern. Personal opinion. So my opponent's actually playing blue in their Ruby Storm list. I don't know what that means. Oh, I'm about to find out. Brazen Borrower? Flame of Anor. Okay. I see it. Oh, yeah, we did see an Otawara, but I can't imagine Otawara is why they're playing blue. This makes sense. Yeah, Falcon Hawk Crow, and that just lines up with something that I've always talked about, which is that I think it's very important that formats are allowed to have identities, and Legacy being the mana denial format is definitely like part of its identity. Okay, that's great again. I hated it when Death and Taxes was a viable deck in Modern, but not a popular deck, because the problem was every time you got faced into it, you just like half the games you auto lost game 1 because you're like, oh, I kept a normal Modern hand, and then they played the card Leon and Arbiter, and you lose. Wonder if we should go back to not open deck lists. I mean, there's a reason we have open deck lists. I mean, obviously there's lots of possible reasons we have open deck lists, but one of the biggest reasons to have open deck lists is just for like tournament and coverage purposes, and the fact that it takes away the advantage of scouting, which it's a lot of things, Carrie and Lish. I don't think it's any one thing, but okay, what are they getting here? Something that costs 2? It better be something that costs 2. Otherwise, they're about to be very unhappy. Oh, a Grape Shot, maybe. Grape Shot my Karn. That could be a thing. Yeah. That's an unfortunate draw. Well, let's go get a 3-ball, I guess. I don't think there's anything else I can get that's in any way helpful. Nope. Kind of close, but not really. Luckily, their deck is full of a lot of air and bad cards. Personally, I don't understand why people are still playing Ruby Storm. I mean, I guess people have wanted to play Storm for a long time. That's probably the only real explanation. Did they actually Falcon Hawkcrow? Yeah, this card is the most offensive part of this deck to me. I hate random chance in my Magic the Gathering. It really does not belong here. So I can 3-ball or I can play Devourer of Destiny, exile their Ral. I think that's the better play. Because they didn't Storm Kill me this turn, which makes me assume that they can't. Obviously, they could just draw out, but... No, I could see their life total. I just, I wasn't paying enough attention because a lot of time they will intentionally not flip their Ral sometimes because they want to... No, I know they take one whenever they lose the flip, but they want to wait until... Like, they want to keep the... cost reduction until they ultimate. So that a lot of the time they will choose not to transform it. Yes, you can choose not to transform it. Because if you transform it, you lose the cost reduction unless you plus the Ral, but you want to go for the ultimate. You could choose no on all of them. I didn't know that. But that does make sense. Did they cast Flame of Anor? Oh, but they just cast it to draw 2 because they don't have a wizard and they don't care about killing my Chalice, which is fair. Okay, they can play that Pyretic Ritual. Okay, they didn't. Good. Well, that's a huge draw. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. So I could play Disruptor Flute. No, I could play probably Trinisphere and Chalice on 2 is the play. They can get through that but with Wish. I could Stonebrain their Wishes and play Trinisphere. I could Stonebrain their Pass in Flames and Trinisphere. No, I know Wish for Shattering Spree is a thing. I'm very much aware of that. That's why I kind of want to Stonebrain their Wishes. Stonebrain the Wishes, and then Trinisphere seems pretty good. Obviously, it's possible for them to win through that, but not easy. All right, let's go for the Stonebrain for Wish and see what happens. I have a 6/6. Yeah, well. Only playing 2 Wish. Okay. Looking good. 2 Past in Flames. Their hand is useless. Okay. Yeah, they've just flooded like crazy, huh? We have a Chalice. Spell Pierce doesn't matter. Unless you're saying like, oh, Spell Pierce, what a great build with Spell Pierce. Because it makes sense to me. It's unfortunate for them that I'm playing Chalices and, you know. Oh boy, what did they draw? Okay, that's fine. It doesn't matter. It doesn't reduce anything. Yeah, the new Ceremonies Rejection that beats Chalice is pretty good. Okay, so let's go plus on Karn. Next turn, Karn probably wins me the game. I don't care about any cards in their hand. I don't care about the Ruby Medallion, so let's just start going after their lands here. Oops. And I attack, and then they just die next turn. They're also just dead on board, so this is pretty good. Yeah, I believe you did Ocean Infinity. I think they're actually playing 4 potentially. There might be 1 in exile. There is 1 in exile. They're playing 4. It kind of makes sense. Like I can see if you were splashing a color that you'd want to have. Like you want to have outs for stuff, and Otawara is universal and its cost reduced by Ral. All right, so 3-2, 2 losses to Nadu. Definitely not feeling great about those, but I did learn things from those matches. I don't know how you can build this deck to be better against Nadu than it is. I think you just have to be a bit luckier than I was, or rather, you need opponents who are a little less lucky than my opponents were. But definitely a strong deck and something that I'm considering for the Creator Showcase. It's a big one of my strongest options. I'm not sure about the Null Elemental Blast in the sideboard, or if I could play another choice. I don't know if I would only want to play two Trinispheres in the main deck, although it felt good in that league. The Nulldrifters didn't do anything in this league. I've had them do more in previous leagues, and the Ulamog again is, I don't know if you need to be playing that, or you could play something more useful in other parts of the game, because it's very large and clunky and slow. If you want to beat Nadu, you play more Dismembers, no Chalices, and 2 Stonebrains plus main deck. Yeah, that's true. You could go in the more Prison Tron angle, and I'll probably try to play test something that's a little bit more Prison Tron-y, rather than this type of Tron deck that exists now. All Is Dust is typical, or it has been an all-star in Prison Tron before. And with Ugin's Labyrinth, now you have the incentive to play it in your main deck. So you play like 3 or 4 All Is Dust, 3 or 4 Devourer of Destiny, and then you play a Prison Tron shell around that, and that could be super, super strong. We'll see. So that's it for this one. If this is going up on the YouTube, make sure you hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, check out any of my other videos you're interested in, and I will see you there. And for those who are sticking around, I think the only thing I think I want to play this Grixis aggro deck.